Hey YouTube, so I'm back here with another video previewing my next computer build. So this is going to be my first real PC build. My previous build was mainly just an upgrade of a refurbished HP Elite 8300. I put in the graphics card, an SSD, upgraded the RAM, but this is my first ground up build. And it's going to be a pretty good build at that. So to start off, I've gotten in my i7-8700k, as you can see there. So its base clock is 3.7 gigahertz, turbo to 4.7 gigahertz. Most likely we'll overclock this chip. So it is the K version of the i7-8700, which allows us to overclock it as it's unlocked. So that is the first thing I purchased. And then this was a bundle with the motherboard, which I purchased at Micro Center. It's a deal they have going on right now. It's $30 off, combined 8700K with a motherboard of your choosing. The motherboards that they have going right now are the Asus ROG STRIX Z390E Gaming, which is the one I purchased. Then they have the Gigabyte Aorus series of motherboards, so the Ultra, the Pro Wi-Fi, the Elite, all of those. None of the super high-end boards, but a lot of the Z390 boards. So to start off, we purchased the Asus ROG Z390E Gaming motherboard. Just bring this out for you guys just to show you the board. Here is the board. In this board, you got two NVMe slots. This Asus ROG logo lights up. So the eye lights up, and then this little hologram area lights up. We can support up to 4266 megahertz overclock on our RAM. I'm going with the Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro RAM. At 3200 megahertz, so that'll be our max overclock on the RAM. And then this board has built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, which is really awesome. We get a Type-C port on the back. I'll show you the back I/O. It's probably one of the better Z390 motherboards in the price range that I wanted to stick to. So I'm super happy with this board, and it has really good VRMs. There's really good power delivery to the CPU, which will allow us to overclock well. So that is awesome. Moving on, so getting into the good stuff. Our graphics card, our RTX 2060 Founders Edition card. So I will unwrap this and show it to you guys. Honestly, the look of the Founders Edition is super clean, and I really like it pretty much better than all of the partner cards that are out on the market right now. So here we are with the Founders Edition graphics card. I'm just gonna leave it in the wrapping for right now. You guys can see what it is. So we have the GeForce RTX LED on the side. So this is our view in the case. It looks really sick. It looks pretty sweet. We have our RTX 2060 logo on the back, and then in terms of input output on the RTX 2060 Founders Edition, you get a USB Type-C, 2 display ports, and 1 HDMI, as well as a serial port. So this card is super awesome. I honestly can't wait to play on this thing. So there is our graphics card for the build. Moving on, so second to last item is our NZXT Kraken X62 AIO. So I'm just gonna go through this one pretty quick, just to give you an idea of what actually comes in the kit. So you get your two NZXT air fans, non-LED. You also get your baggie of hardware. So you got some AMD backplate or AMD bracket for your pump in case you're using an AMD chip. We also get a backplate and then all the hardware you would need, your risers, your standoffs, and any other screws you might need for that. And then taking a look at the actual AIO. So it comes all in one. You got your radiator and then your pump. So this part is the infinity glass center with the LEDs, and then this AIO, like most AIOs, comes pre-applied with thermal paste, so no need to even use the thermal grizzly that I was planning on using. And last but not least, the part of the build that everyone's gonna see when they actually come in here and look at the PC, we have our NZXT H500i. This is probably my favorite part of this build coming up, the NZXT H500i case. So the front is a 3/4 tempered glass panel, which is super nice. And all there is there's one screw in the back. Just gotta take that out. And then the front just pops out. And there's our tempered glass panel. So the inside of this case, it comes with two 120mm NZXT fans, an RGB strip right here, and there's also an RGB strip behind the NZXT cable management device. So this is their cable management bar. All your wires from your motherboard run behind here, or they can run up here under the fan over the motherboard. They dropped this bar down a little bit from the H700i, which allows easy access for that 24-pin ATX connector. There's plenty of perforation here for the power supply, so you get good cooling there. So yeah, this is the internals of the case. So it's really compact, super clean. Our X62 Kraken go right here. This, there's actually a radiator bracket in here which pops out, so you can install the radiator on here. Oops. You can install the radiator on here before you install it into the case, and then all you have to do is just tighten this bracket back into place. So going to the back side, all you have to do is unscrew these two back screws, and the back of the case pops right off. So now looking at the back of the case, so now you can see that LED strip here, and here is our smart device. So this smart device is what plagued the H700i, but NZXT has put a lot of work into this, put a lot of work into the CAM software, so hopefully those upgrades are noticeable and we can actually see an improvement in that smart device. So you get LED connection, you get LED control of the top LED and this LED here. We also get fan control, so we can control the back top fan and then the two fans on our radiator. You could also just plug those directly into your motherboard and completely bypass the smart device, but there's no real point in buying the smart device with the H500i if you're not going to use it. So if you're not going to use it, you might as well just buy the H500 for the $70 rather than the $100. What's really nice about this case is all the cable management opportunity here. So you have plenty of channeling. You even have these Velcro straps in order to tie down all of your cables that you're running through here. You have two SSD slots. You also have a caddy for a 3.5-inch drive, or two 3.5-inch drive bays, I believe. The only concern I had with it when I was buying it was how little perforation there is for that front intake on the radiator. But from what I've seen with all the testing that occurred on this case, airflow isn't really an issue. What's also really nice is NZXT has put in these filter screens, and these are all, they're put in these plastic brackets so you can easily take them out, clean them. So the underneath, what you do get is your filter on your power supply intake, because the power supply is sucking in air and your intake is sucking in air at the front with the radiator. So wherever there's an intake, NZXT has put in these filters, which is super nice. Keep all the dust out of your case. One last thing about this case, which is pretty cool, is it does come with a vertical GPU mount, but I'm probably not gonna end up using it just because of how close it is to the front glass. And I don't wanna suffocate the RTX 2060. But yeah, that's the NZXT H500i. It's a super clean case, which is what drew me to it. Easy assembly, super easy to put together. The PC, once we're actually building it, it'll be super easy to put it together, and hopefully I can prove that when I actually go ahead and build this thing. But yeah, there's the case. If you liked the video, if you liked the products that I've chosen out so far, so we got the Asus ROG STRIX Z390E gaming motherboard, the Kraken X62 AIO, the i7-8700k, and the RTX 2060, as well as this H500i. If you like that, if you like the video, if you want to stay tuned for more videos in the future of me actually putting this guy together, getting in some of the other product, like that Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro RAM, probably going to go with the Samsung 970 Pro NVMe drive as the boot drive. So if you like where the build's going, subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on the future of this build. And if you like this video, if you like what I've picked out so far, like the video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel.